it actually sucks to be the professor. From the outside, he looks untouchable, calm, precise, always 10 steps ahead. A man who never raises his voice, never panics, never loses control. But that image is exactly why his life is tragic. Because what we call genius is often just a person who was never allowed to fall apart. And no character shows that better than the professor from Money Heist. 1. He never gets to be human, only reliable inside the heist. Everyone else is allowed to be real. Tokyo screams, Rio breaks down. Denver laughs through fear. Nairobi hopes out loud. They cry, they panic, they mess up. And when they do, it's forgiven because someone else is holding the plan together. The professor, he doesn't get the luxury of emotion. If he panics, someone gets shot. If he hesitates, a door doesn't open. If he breaks down, everything collapses. So while the others release fear through shouting or tears, he swallows it. Every doubt, every second guessing, every horrifying what if. That isn't emotional strength. That's emotional isolation. The kind where you don't explode, you slowly suffocate. 2. His calm is not confidence. It's fear under control. People think he's calm because he's confident. He's not. He's calm because panic is not an option. His stillness is forced. His voice is steady because if it shakes, others will shake harder. He has trained himself to look composed, not because he feels safe, but because everyone else needs him to appear safe. That's the cruel irony. The man everyone relies on has no one to rely on. 3. Every mistake becomes a personal failure. When something goes wrong in the heist, a hostage resists, a police move surprises them, a team member makes a reckless choice. Others blame circumstances, bad luck, human error, unpredictability. But the professor doesn't. He blames himself because he chose the people, he designed the plan, he predicted the risks. So when Nairobi is hurt, when Oslo dies, when chaos erupts, he doesn't ask, why did this happen? He asks, where did I fail? That's a heavy way to live. When every loss feels like blood on your hands, even when you never touch the weapon. 4. Intelligence becomes a prison. Being smart sounds like a blessing, but for the professor, it becomes a cage. Because once people label you as the smartest one, they stop forgiving you. They expect perfection. When things go right, of course it worked. He's the professor. No praise, no relief, no appreciation, just expectation. And when things go wrong, how did he not see this coming? Suddenly, intelligence becomes a debt you can never fully repay. No one asks, are you tired? Are you scared? Are you okay? Because smart people aren't supposed to break. They're supposed to hold everyone else. 5. Love doesn't save him. It destabilizes him. Then comes Raquel. And for the first time, the professor doesn't just have a plan. He has a feeling. Love doesn't calm him. It terrifies him. Because love introduces something worse than danger. Attachment. Before her, he could lose money, lose time, even lose people, painfully but strategically. With her, he could lose himself. Love gives him something he never planned for, something to protect that isn't part of the plan. And for a man who survives on control, love is chaos disguised as comfort. That's why he doesn't relax into it. He calculates it, questions it, fears it. Because if love breaks him, there's no backup plan. 6. He wins, but never arrives, even when the heist succeeds, even when the plan works, even when the world calls him a genius. He doesn't celebrate because his mind doesn't stop. It jumps immediately to, what did I miss? Who's watching us now? How could this fall apart later? Victory doesn't give him peace. It gives him new paranoia. The others escape to freedom. He escapes to another layer of vigilance. There's no finish line for someone like him, only the next potential disaster. 7. Over time, the man disappears. Slowly, quietly, the professor stops being a person. He becomes a voice in an earpiece, a mind behind a wall, a function, not a soul. He doesn't live life. He manages outcomes. He doesn't dream. He calculates survival. And that's the saddest part. The smartest man in the room never gets to enjoy the room because he's too busy making sure it doesn't collapse. 8. He is needed, but never held. Here's the truth no one says out loud. The professor is essential, but replaceable emotionally. They need his brain, not his pain. They trust him, but they don't understand him. They admire him, but they don't sit with him. He's the foundation, and no one thanks the foundation. They only notice it when it cracks. The painful truth being the professor means you are needed but not comforted, trusted, but not checked on, admired, but deeply alone. He planned the perfect escape, mapped every risk, predicted every move. But there was one thing he never planned for. What happens after everyone is safe and he is finally alone? Because being the professor means you are needed but never held, trusted but never understood, admired but slowly disappearing. The world remembers the plan. No one remembers the man. And maybe that's the real tragedy. Not that he risked everything for the heist, but that he gave everything and forgot how to live once it was over.